Okay, welcome back to episode 5 of the Mk1 Mini build. And yeah, we're back at the misery again today. So if you've been following the last few videos, thanks very much. And please make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow along on this journey that we have. So the plan today is Kieran is going to get the shell braced. We did see some comments about getting the shell brace before it twists. Now the car is quite strong, so we don't think it's really going to twist, but just to be safe, before we take out the back subframe, we want to make sure that this misery floor, because it's non-existent anymore, nothing twists. So we're probably just going to put in 2 bars in, just to keep some strength in, and then hopefully I'm going to start tackling this interior stuff so we can start getting the wiring loom out. And because I say it every single video, absolutely hate how it looks, and it's obviously going to stop us from putting on the spit when we bring it in. We're not going to use the conventional Mk1 style without getting rid of the hole in the back, since we have a spit already made for a 71 shell. So let's see what happens. And yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is a 1967 Mk1 Mini CKD Irish built, so made in Dublin, and originally sold to its first owner in County Cork, and actually stayed in that family from what I can see on the tax book. Looks like to me only 2 owners, and the last owner was in Carriganshore in County Tipperary. So we are going to try to restore it back to a FIA Appendix K type race car that you can use on the road. So that is the plan here. So thank you for joining. Let's get to the live action. All right, so that's the first bar cut. I think we're going to possibly go from here over to there, and then same on the front if possible. And we're maybe thinking of a bit longer cuts, but if you can see down there, my GoPro is actually freaking out. 1 sec. So basically there's a bolt hole here. It's hard to see it. It's in there.
Seatbelts.
For the seat belts. So you think we might try to make it that it bolts into that, so we can take it out when it goes to the body shop. And our friend John to get the panels done. And then we'll do the same at the front, probably weld it in somewhere. Whatever structure is left there.
Might weld this one in, I don't know, see it's...
Yeah, well, if you have to weld it in, it's not a big deal either. If it's just easier, you can always cut it out. It's not going to be a big problemo. So, while Kieran does that, I am going to see, can I get this out. Been in here too long and I've been avoiding it on purpose. That was just a pain in the hole, as we say. So, that's what we'll do. Right, so you can see our idea. Now, having said that, we did, before we made a YouTube series, we had a different Mark II shell, slash Mk1 Frankenstein X rally car shell, and we did an X-brace. But guys, we're on a budget here. This is amateur YouTube, so we're not going to X-brace this because we don't have enough material, but I think this will suffice perfect. So Kieran might just weld that in. We're going to scratch our bolt idea because it's much easier. Right, off we go. Number 1 bracket. that's number 1 bar welded in. There we go. Should add a bit of strength to her. That's that bit done, and then we can start motoring on and getting other stuff done. And then the plan is, if we can get the rear subframe out and get it on a spit, to start ordering parts within the next 2 weeks, or panels I should say. Get everything on a pallet sent over from whatever company we decide to use. So that'll be interesting. And I just can't wait to see this car with the full roll cage in it. The welded in Owens Fabrication roll cage or something like that. It should be pretty sick. Awesome. She's at least welded up somewhat. I don't think there's really much here. Kieran also agrees there's not very much here to weld to. Whatever. Over there, probably the same. Whatever. But it is going to do something when we do take this, eventually take this subframe out. So hopefully it'll keep it somewhat straight. In the boot, there's no point even trying to weld anything in because it's absolutely chalked in there. So yeah. So I think after we have that done now, probably let this cool down a little bit for a few minutes, and then I shall jump in here and start getting out this stuff if I can, and start making a shell, I suppose. So, yes.
Yeah.
Right, the beautiful Irish weather is kicked in, summer weather. If I ever hear anybody, like people you see on community Facebook pages that say, oh, I can't stand the heat or can't stand this, stop. Ridiculous, carry on now, that ridiculous comments. So, if I can get in here without getting chopped up. So this is holding in this. Right, so that is kept in there with some Phillips, and it's brittle as fuck. So this is an actual Smith's heater box. On the Owners Club, if you do have a Mark 1, someone has said that this is out of a pickup. I don't know if a complete knockdown car had this from factory because they were taking stuff from a parts bin, or does someone, you know, over time have a problem with the heater box, as normal cars do, and they need repairs, and does someone put this heater box into it? It looks extremely original. It's not something that was put in, even I don't think, in the 90s. So whether it's factory or not, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to keep it or not. It does look cool. I don't know if it'll ever work again. I have no idea. You can clearly see though there is modern wiring on it as well, which is interesting. And taking it out is an interesting equation. So
very busy.
Yes.
Very busy.
And we also are still waiting for Redbreast to contact us, aren't we, Kron?
Yeah, Redbreast, yeah.
Yeah. So if you do work for Redbreast,
samples, just a sample.
yeah, samples. You can write it off as
Charity.
advertising for your tax this year, you know, like, or as a Christmas sort of hamper. You can write that stuff off. So if you do want to send us something, we won't say it's sponsored. We'll just say it was a sample, Mr. Taxman.
I'm an importer.
Yes. And if you do have any questions or you have made it this far in the video, please do hit the thumbs up button or hit the subscribe button so you can join us on this misery.
And ring the little bell, apparently.
Oh yes, hit the little bell thing and you will get a notification when we do upload a video. We did just hit 1,000 views on our last video, so thank you very much to everybody that did watch that. Of us taking out this subframe. As you can see, it's fantastic condition on the floor. It's like new. And the toe boards, amazing condition actually, to be fair.
That paddle is lovely.
It's really nice now.
It's like one of them boats that you go to see the bottom of the ocean through the glass floor.
And you can stop, you know, immediately if you want. So while we're kind of actually trying to speed through this, there is a memorial run tomorrow for Aunt Nolene. And you know, this is the idea, having a car like this to bring to it, but I do wish I did have something rear wheel drive. I am bringing my Type R, which is out there. I spent most of the morning washing it. It's been sitting up a while. So we are going to bring that. We're not going to film that, I don't think. Maybe we'll put a clip or two in. But you know, if you don't try to get arrested these days out, what's the point doing them? So we might not film anything of the sort. Also, if you are watching this video and you do have a Mk1 Renault Clio in your shed, or know where there is one, we would like some more misery after being at Rally Legends. We didn't mention that in the last video actually. We did Tenoshidori in the 180, but actually in between that and getting back to filming this, we went to Rally Legends in Italy, which is unbelievable. You can see some of my clips on TikTok of that. So I really would like, I'd like something rear wheel drive, maybe like a Cortina or an Angular or something, so you can pop around in it. But I really would like a Mk1 Renault Clio. It doesn't have to be a Williams because they're mega expensive, but if you do know where there is a 16 valve Mk1 Clio that we could do some French or Italiano style rallying, or another project, please let us know. And hopefully we'll come back in the next clip and we'll have some of this stuff out. Okay. Right, that is the heater out. It is a genuine Smith's heater. So if you can just identify this, if someone can tell us, if it came in a CKD car, does anybody think it can be reused? That back bit of it doesn't look actually too bad, I don't think. Oh no, it's actually very corroded. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a rebuild kit for these or not. What's it looking like in there?
Oh, there's a dead mouse.
Huh?
A little skeleton of a little dead mouse. Little.
Oh, it is a mouse.
This little mouse. Little.
That's our first.
Little Mr. Gibbles.
Mr. Gibbles.
Ah. R.I.P.
Sick.
I'm going to have to call it that now.
Ah.
Making a coffee. Yeah, if you get away soon.
You need to bury him somewhere.
Yeah, bury him in the garden out there.
Oh, fuck.
What's wrong?
Poor Mr. Gibbles. Oh, no.
I'm going to have to get the die grinder to get that little Phillips head screw off the centre pinnacle. They're rotten.
Oh, yes, and that probably... What is this button for, by the way? That's hardly factory, is it?
No.
So that's a starter button that should be in the floor.
Oh, I'd say it's for a light or something.
Well, you press it and it doesn't do anything. As in, like, it doesn't click in. That's interesting. And it looks... Is it aftermarket? I don't know. So, so we get this bit done. I think this is going to be a massive... I don't know, a positive thing, a happy thing, because it kind of looked too much like a car still inside. I want to get to feeling that shell thing.
That centre pinnacle is cracked anyway.
A second one came with the car actually, but
You can buy him new off that nippy.
nippy cars.
Is the drill over there, no?
It is.
I've heard over here.
drill. It is very good. It's broken anyway. Can we just like rip it out? Right, so that is probably the coolest thing I think about a Mark 1 Mini. All your little toggle switches and your key stuff. Possibly all original as well, I would imagine. Slight little bend on it over the years. I think maybe we could restore this and repaint it back. I don't know what sort of colour it is. It's kind of like a grey, so maybe we can get a paint code for that. Yeah, so really positive, so let's put that away and keep it for reassembly. Happy days. I was just trying to get out some wiring, the wiring loom there. The wiring loom was probably the worst wiring loom I've ever seen. So that's looking a bit more positive. And we're one step closer to a full interior emptied shell. Right, so we're trying to get off these windscreen or window wiper motor bits and aluminium. Not happy. It's fucked, but obviously really are trying to save the original thing. So the motor, because of its, its dated and everything, obviously that's something that genuinely has to go back into the car. So, is there a way that we can give them to the greater good and save the rest of it?
Oh, yeah.
Just chop them off or something?
No. I one's doing the same now. I think mine, yeah, my ones did the same as well, remember?
Yeah, we did. They definitely pulled on your car because remember we had to get new ones for mini spares. So, whatever it takes, I suppose, to get them out and make sure this is all okay. I said this before, but there's some of the number 67. On the interior, I can't know, something for tools. Okay, now it's looking more like a bare Mini inside. This top panel in here looks okay, thankfully, and the bulkhead panel looks okay, thankfully. There still is a switch there, and there's a little bracket over there. The Phillips head screws are completely goosed on them, and instead of leaning over all this stuff, maybe we'll just, when it's up on the split, we'll just turn it upside down. It'd be easier to take them out. We have off some of the door jamb stuff earlier, didn't really talk about that, but got them off. Obviously there's some seat belts and stuff still left in the car, and the gear stick thing. I'm sure the floor is getting chopped out anyway, so maybe they will just stay in for now. At the start of the video we did talk about the spit. Now off camera we did mock up the original one that was on Kieran's 71 or 73, is it?
Mongrel.
Well, it's a mongrel, yeah. It's kind of it has every part in it. It's just a shell that he bought, a full car actually he bought, and drove it back from the north of Ireland, all the way back flat in fourth gear many years ago, and he restored that and did all the panels here. So I think we're going to utilise the typical hole for doing putting the spit in, because we're just looking at it, and his one was originally mounted in the boot. The way he had it, he built it himself the way he had it done, and the structure is not there for this car. So I think we'll have to run a pole. The normal Mk1 Mini thing you see when they're on spits, a pole out, and you'll have your... We're going to try to put it on casters as well this time around, because the car lives in this messy corner over here, and obviously this stuff is out right now because we're filming. I'm going to have to try to store away some of this stuff, and some of it is junk, some of it we'll have to keep for templates. So when we don't film, yes, a filming trick is that everything gets piled back into the car. Obviously when it goes away to get the panels done, we are going to have to store away some of that stuff anyway. So we're going to figure out a plan for that. So yeah, just some rambling and talking. We're trying to figure out a plan to get these out. But it's looking quite bare now, I like it. Really, this side of the car is probably the best side. I don't know, in its time was left sitting outside or something. Like, this quarter panel looks really good. So hopefully that won't require too much there. Obviously floor, we're going to probably go with a full back panel now. That's probably going to need this panel as well. I think they're making these now, because there's a bit gone out over here, so I don't know about that. Boot floor, lower valance, probably the jack and points, whatever, in the arches as well. We're unsure if we're going to try keep this quarter panel. Maybe can we buy it? There's a few dents in it, so it's not actually too bad when you look at it. I think sometimes you panic when you see stuff like this. Realistically, the full floor comes in one thing now on a pallet. You can get the sills and everything. I think that's from M Machine. So that's sort of the plan there. And then we have to make a plan where we're going to keep this roof, because realistically the roof will probably have to come off anyway when the cage is being welded in, to be able to weld it up in the corners, make sure all the FIA stuff is done correctly. So we'll probably ask someone like Richie Harney, who's very well known for doing FIA cages and rally cars and drift cars and stuff like that. He's unbelievable. That's a long time down the road. Well, actually, realistically, ordering it is probably not a long time down the road, because we have to get things ordered soon. So, yeah, it's an interesting build. If you made it this far along, hit that subscribe button. I'm really pushing that today. Please really hit the subscribe button. I see the analytics in the background, see how many people watch and how many people are subscribed and how many people are not subscribed. That watched the last video was 65% of people who watched the video all the way through were not subscribed, and it really does actually help. You know, with YouTube, you can't make much money off YouTube unless you're making like million view videos or whatever. But you never know. There's a way to do when you get to 500 subscribers and a certain amount of watch hours. You can actually start making a couple of cents, which would really help actually, but it's not really, we're not putting this on YouTube for that. We're putting this just to show what we're doing basically, and for the love of the game and the misery. Now we'll see what this is back in. I have finished my rambling.
Misery.
Oh, you're trying to get that.
The what you call it?
Casually beside the dead mouse.
I don't want to disturb him.
Actually.
His place of rest.
Yeah, place of rest, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Probably there since 1999.
Yeah. So it's positive to see that this panel is also pretty good in there and should be salvageable. I've seen some amazing comments on TikTok and on the last video about inspiring people with their own build and their own misery. I think the thing for minis is that you shouldn't really be afraid of it. I know there's certain cars out there that are like roofs are collapsed or structural panels, but like you can buy every single panel, I believe. I think every single panel now for a mini. And I know the question is, oh, why didn't I just buy a new shell? But like, you know, think about it. Over here in Ireland, it's is it £12,000 sterling plus VAT or something like that for a Mark 1 shell, and you have to get it shipped here, and all of the rest of the stuff that comes with it. And then where you could save a real Irish shell. This is why I want to save it, because real Irish, probably men, I don't know if women would have worked in the factory back then in the late 60s, I don't know, maybe they actually probably did more than men, but Irish people built this car, and that's what's important. And you know, companies in Tipperary and Dublin made the glass and they made the interior, so it's important to keep that heritage. Oh, you nearly have it out. Way. So someone who does, there's a guy actually on the Mark 1 Owners Club who rebuilds them. So I know they are rebuildable, which is interesting.
The
also,
are rotten now. I wonder, can you get them?
I imagine you can. Also, we've seen some comments about storing away. So we got this box. A lot of the bolts, nuts and bolts that we had in this tray actually. They're all useless anyway. Everything needs to be brand new in this car, and brand new hardware that's not worn, that you can torque them and to be safe when you're going really fast. So you can't use much of this stuff, but some of the rare stuff has been put into this box. So there we go, 67. Oh, that corner doesn't look amazing, or does it look like filler in there? Or maybe it's just some seam sealer, is it?
Probably just a mouse.
Oh, maybe not.
Where's that? I had a screwdriver.
Anyway, so we've made the executive decision. This is getting a whole front clip. So from the bulkhead forward, well, including this panel at the top, it's going to get a whole front clip. There's no point messing around. Everything, just change everything one go, everything brand new and fresh. Just doesn't want to come out. That's nearly everything now, isn't it? Except for gear, automatic gear lever, and this. There's two brackets here. This one's absolutely great, so that's not bad.
It's like a fucking rock.
Yeah. Also, would this come out? No. Oh, they're in with screws as well. Okay, I shall take them out and come back. Right, so as part of my rambling there, grab that. Karen has this motor out, we know that. And next thing is wiring loom, which is one of the worst wiring looms I've ever seen. I can hear the misery falling out of it. So on a Mini, if you're a first time viewer, you know not much about Minis, the wire loom actually runs in these channels down to the boot and the battery and everything. So it actually makes it look sleek, to be fair, because when you take out carpets and stuff, you don't really see any wiring, which is a really, really smart design cue back then. as bad, isn't it? Someone did some butchering on this wiring
No,
room.
it was not. That's just standard. It's rough.
Factory.
Just.
Crazy stuff.
So Mr. Gibbles in the front of it there.
So we did.
What?
Skeleton of a mouse.
Oh.
In his little bed.
In the bed.
In the bed.
Yeah. We left them there for the moment until we can wash it. Oh, we're nearly there. Wiring nearly out. We talked about it for 5 episodes. The bane of existence. In the Mini, it's great when it's in. It looks amazing, but and clean and tidy. Yeah, taking it out when it's been in there for 20 plus years is never good. 25 years really, since anybody's been working on this. So we're just looking at the wiring here. This was in the roof section, and
Wires are rolled together and
so just rolled together as you do. Don't know though, they said that the complete knockdown thing, like the, you know, people always said back in the day the quality, you wouldn't think it was done like that, would you?
no, definitely wasn't.
Maybe one piece. You can just see how ropey it is. I don't know if we'll have to keep it as the wiring loom as a bit of a template or not, but we'll have to figure that out. Just falling apart. Everything is just not even connected, it's just put together. It's looped there. That is crazy. Okay, we'll come back when we get a result here and it's a bit more empty.
That's shocking.
Right, great result. The wiring is all out. Thank God. It looks more like a shell. And what is next is we're going to take those pipes off when it's on the spit. Make it a bit more accessible underneath. Any brake lines, anything of the sort. Inside is looking pretty empty. We'll take out all this rubbish when it's going on the spit also. And then our next plan is to get out this rear subframe. Once this rear subframe is out and the bits are out, then we will put it up on the rotisserie, and then we will go inside and spend lots of money on panels and start getting stuff over. So that is the plan, and we will come back to you shortly when we're taking more misery out over here. Okay, let's go. Alright, so another day. This time we're trying to get into this misery here in the boot and see can we just get this subframe out. Kieran has picked up some material This is only one pipe just for reference. The rest of it's in the van. For the spit, we're going to use the conventional Mk1 way now through this hole and try to adapt the other one. But everything is so rotted. I feel like angle grinder will be coming out. So this is what we're trying to do. We'll update as we go. Try to get this machine off this rear subframe. That time lapse, slight failure. We did get the bolts out. These shocks are just not going to come out on either side. Everything is rotted. I am currently, after speaking to our social media manager, that's me, and we've made a decision to chop these out because we're in the mood to get some panels ordered quickly. So we're just going to chop these out real quick and come back to you then, see what happens. Try to get the rest of the subframe out because everything is miserable. Okay, let's go. So while Kieran is doing that in the background, I did film some time-lapse stuff. I've been looking at this stick here, and I did actually went to go put a screwdriver on it for the crack, and they were just loose. Not even tight at all, which is interesting. Now maybe from the floor getting decimated by us. So, I was going to wait to take that out, but I think I'm going to take that out now. Right, so this is the factory handle out. There you go. MOW. This will 100% not be going back in. Manual car from here on out. Happy days. we're just in at the back suspension, and we might get cancelled because it looks like them shocks were kind of like a spring thing and we just chopped them up. Sorry about that to anybody who thinks they're maybe valuable, but it's whatever needs must.
Have you an extension there?
No, but I shall get you one. So you can see inside the way that the hydroelastic set up. So everything is just right. Okay. Does that mean the egg grinder needs to come out again?
No, that means the piece in here now has to be cut open and we're doing the work.
Oh. Lovely. Lovely. Great.
Yeah.
Mini magic.
Find yourself there now?
Yes. Just fabulous.
I'm not too sure if this one as well, is it?
Okay, I think we'll jump to a time lapse and you can experience misery on a time lapse instead with some beautiful country music. Here we go. what a result. Oh my days. It's finally a shell. Let's go. You might have seen on the GoPro there, frantic cutting of old cables. But it's a shell. And the place is not like a bomb hit the place. But wow. Oh my god. Look at this. I'm not too sure if anybody can comment. I can't remember. There's subframes down the back of the shed down there that I got many years ago. Don't know if this is an auto one is different. I wouldn't say so. I don't know if it's too rotten and if it can be restored, this, but I'll hang on to it for the moment. Wow. It's a shell. So it is. It's a shell. What a result. Unbelievable. A bit speechless. So the next thing you're not actually going to see, you might see, is Kieran is off next week. So he is going to take out the rest of the material that we got, and he has an idea for a new style spit. He was actually going to use this original one off his car, but it's not going to work on the Mk1. So he's going to make a new one just to have it in the corner over there on the right hand side. And then once we do that, get everything tidied up. Place needs clean. And the reason that it is because obviously it is November. This car is not going out to any more events, but we can't figure out if it's leaking oil or if it's where the dipstick broke at the last event. There's a new dipstick in it now, and there's a lot of oil on the trailer, so I don't know if it's just rolling down the back of the engine. So that needs to get out and get put up on a ramp or whatever and see what the problem is there. So we want to get this cleaned up and get rocking. But what a result. Absolutely ecstatic. Buzzing. And look at the state of this over here. Oh my days. So to figure out, I have to go through this over here, whether I'll do it on film or not, and just see what's being kept and what's being not. And get everything stored away. Get the shell up as the plan. Get our friend John Butler to come up, our panel man. Get him to check exactly what he wants in panels. I have a fair idea what we want in panels. And then make a timing plan with him, get everything in order. I know a while ago the floors were on back order from M Machine or whoever we're going to use. Get everything sent over on a pallet and get the car down to him. And we might be able to film some stuff or time lapse some stuff, do some updates while he's working on it. I think this shell is a bit too much. We said this in some of the start of the videos. It's a little bit too much for us to do. It needs to be on a jig, even like a homemade jig where it's bolted onto it. And yeah, absolutely buzzing. So thank you so much for watching this very long episode. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please subscribe to us. To me, in my opinion, as many people have said, the expensive fun starts now. Where we can start ordering panels, where we can start, you know, getting stuff sent over for it, start making a plan. I pretty much know in my mind the exact sort of way that we want to build it. I don't think it's going to go back to original colour. I think maybe a lighter blue with a different colour roof. But yeah, awesome stuff. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.